Okay, well, it's August 14th, and we're outside the Playwright Center and talking with a couple of people who've just seen That Sara Aziz. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I am Alia Ali.
And I am Basma Ali.
And what did you think of the play?
I thought it was really good. It was nothing like I expected. I don't really know what to say. I can't talk.
I actually really enjoyed the play and the 4 different perspectives that were depicted in the play itself of really how the 4 girls approached religion and their perspective of it.
Is that reflective of your experience?
I think so. I think that what people don't understand about Muslims is that we're very diverse among ourselves, and that diversity is reflected even throughout our conversations. And I think that they did a really good job of showing that, you know, we all don't believe exactly the same thing. We're I guess how a good way to frame it is that people's have a different perception of what religion actually is to them. So I thought that the play did a really good job of doing that, and I think that we're all very diverse too, as well.
Do you wear the hijab?
No, she's my sister, and she wears the hijab, and I don't. But I'm okay with it.
Okay, do you think that's a religious or cultural?
To us, it's a religious thing. We feel like that is something you should do eventually. It is a personal thing too at the same time. So.
I got what you're saying now. So the conversation in there was around hijab and really the perception of Muslim women and whether they choose to wear it or not. And I think that the play did a really great job in showing the real life conversations, because we do have these conversations among Muslim women too. Is it something that is required of us? Is it something that is not? But I think in the end, regardless of whether or not you believe that it is that personal choice, I believe that you really have to understand why you're doing it, because you're representing a faith. So regardless of whether or not you decide to do it or not, in the end it is that personal choice, and it's not something forced upon women. So
it's not required by the religion, it's just an aspect of it.
You will did you watch the play? Yeah, so I think that you will see that some people believe that it is required and some people believe that it's not.
Based on the one sentence in the Quran?
Yes. And so based on that, and then we also have teachings of the Prophet, which gets into a bigger discussion. But in the end, you'll have the women that believe that it's not required by them, by the Quran, and you have some women that believe it. And so it just goes back to the idea of personal choice, regardless of whether you believe. Because you'll have some people that believe that it's not required but still wear it.
Okay, well, women's clothing in general is not my area of expertise, but is it comfortable? I mean, how is it compared to other forms of clothing?
It's not uncomfortable. I mean, it's just something that you wear, and it's comfortable, not uncomfortable.
Do you feel safer? Do you feel...
I don't think it's about feeling safe. I think it's about how you carry yourself too, because I think regardless, yeah, I might wear this, but if I'm confident, then I think that people will see past that. So I don't really believe that it's a safety thing or not. It's just my personal choice, and then but it doesn't entirely define me.
Do you have a different bearing when you're wearing various articles of clothing? I mean, do you feel different levels of confidence or susceptibility to society, or what? I'm just kind of curious, because I know some women, when they wear miniskirts, they just hold themselves differently.
No, I guess not. I think it's a form of expression too, for me personally. So, and maybe somebody else feels something different. So I guess it's not a parallel concept to me. It's just something that I do, and it doesn't make me feel more confident. It doesn't make me feel more, I guess, safe. It just, I believe that's my personality that comes out more than anything. Okay. This is just a part of me, my personal choice, and I know that I'm representing a faith, but it's not.
Okay, and your sister doesn't?
No,
Any particular reason?
I I just feel like I'm not ready for it. Like when my sister did it, she was completely ready, but it's just been a debate in my mind. Like she said before, it was a personal choice. And what I noticed in play was that these 4 girls were making their own assumptions about Sara, but you don't see Sara's point of view as to why she wore the hijab. So we couldn't make any specific conclusion. And right now, I just don't have a specific reason of why I should wear it or not wear it. I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but...
No, but I think it just goes to show that people's reasonings for doing it could be completely different. It could be the cultural piece, it could be the religious piece, it could be, it could be just because they just want to, a fashion thing. I mean, and that's not me saying minimizing it at all, but it's just, I think that play did a really good job, is that we don't really understand or know people's intentions, but in the end it still goes back to it being a personal choice regardless.
The play seemed to be a lot about that you wear the hijab. Am I pronouncing it right?
Hijab, yeah.
Hijab. Primarily to interact with men. Is that the case?
No.
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 Why? Who do you?
You want me to elaborate on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Any of these girls could answer that question too. It's not just me, but no, it's not just to interact with men. I think that it just goes back to believing like this is that we are judged based on none of our adornments and our beauty, but really just how we carry ourselves in public and with people. But I don't think that the men piece is the only thing.
Okay. You want to say something? Okay.
The one thing I would add is that the hijab, well, religion in general, I think is a really personal thing. So I think we all, as cheesy as it is, we all have our own like journey in whatever it is we believe, and it's not someone like why do you wear it? Why you can't really judge it. It's a completely personal thing. Whether it is required, whether you do believe it's required or not. Yesterday, in fact, I had a woman stop me at Walmart. I said, "Salam alaikum," and she asked me immediately. She asked me why I wasn't covered, and she asked me to cover. She's like, "No, please cover for me. Please cover." I'm like, if I'm going to cover for anyone, it's when I know it's right. I'm going to cover for God. You know. So it's a personal thing. That's what I believe. So.
Okay. Any last thoughts? Anything you thought the play covered particularly well?
We didn't see it.
No. Okay.
I thought in the end, I think the play did a really good job in just really displaying the conversations the real conversations that do happen, and that I think that is really what one who viewed it should come out with, is that, you know, that not all Muslim women are the same, not all Muslims are the same, and like Maggie said, it's about the journey and that personal decision to wear the hijab or not, and that the struggles that women have are real too. And I think that's a whole different facet of the play that we didn't talk about, but that I thought was, and the struggles that were depicted in the play could transcend all cultures, religions, ethnicities as well. So I think it does some sort of bridging too.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.